threat of disaster is never pleasant.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers podcast.
These safety measures are essential.
The only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment.
This will be your source of survival instructions and information. Every member of the family must be coached in the business of survival.
Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Yeah.
Get your planning on. Get your book out.
That's right. Yeah, today is an episode that we've talked about this little bit, but we've never deep dived.
No,
we've never put on our scuba gear and really got down in the depths of the ocean on this.
We haven't, because there's a lot to it, but I think you can simplify it, right?
Sure.
And the company has done that for us.
Wonderful.
Yeah, today we are going to talk about the Mad Gear Contingency Planner because it simplifies like all the plans that you should have in one place. It's like, what's your family going to do? What's your pet going to do? You're going to talk to your grandparents. You can go up on the mountain. You're going to cross the river. You're going to talk to the river livers or the lake livers. Yeah. Like all of it can be in one place, and they've made this possible. And so we're going to talk about those plans and how you like things you should be thinking about and how this little planner could actually help too.
It's great. Yeah. And we're real excited about it. And we're also real excited about Battle Box. It's the monthly subscription box full of solid gear for adventure seekers, survivalists, outdoor enthusiasts, and casual preppers. Each month, BattleBox sends you the coolest selection of hand-picked outdoor survival and everyday carry gear, all valued at far more than what you'd normally pay. You never know what's in the next box, but here's a sampling of what users received this month. The Roaring Fire Pioneer Pro Tool Roll Bag. You can never have enough of those.
It's so well built, all their stuff.
The BattleBox 12-point shelter and tarp system. You gotta have shelter.
I still use 2 tarps from BattleBox for
Daily.
the last like 10 years.
You use them every day.
I feel like I do because I go to the dump all the time and I have one covering my bed.
That's right. Yeah, it's actually your comforter on your bed. Right?
Yep.
It's a BattleBox
My
tarp.
wife and I roll around the tarp all the time.
It's loud as shit, but it's great. Just constantly like,
thanks, BattleBox.
Crinkles. We should make a video of that because that'd be hilarious. Like you and your wife getting into bed and pulling up.
Love this tarp.
BattleBox tarp.
The roof blows off. It's going to keep us warm and dry.
That's right. All this badassness starts at just $34.99 per month. They've shipped over 1 million boxes, and they won Best Subscription Box of 2020. Our listeners can get 15% off when you sign up at survive.battlebox.com/casualpreppers. You got to get your first BattleBox and 15% off at survive.battlebox.com/casualpreppers.
It's a mad, mad world.
800 thread count. This thing's
Nylon.
10 ply. Or was it 9 mil?
I don't know what it is, but it's loud and uncomfortable.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome to bed. Loud and uncomfortable.
You won't get wet.
You don't got to worry about soiling your sheets.
Flip it off in the morning, go to work.
I just hose that shit off every
Still
morning.
Don't have to wash it ever. It's so nice.
Your sheets, yeah, good gracious.
Drool all over it, just wipe it off.
Sliding around all night. You sweat, you slide real good all night long.
Super comfy.
Lube
Great
it up.
tarp.
Natural lube.
Sweat lube.
And you can just slide right off the bed.
It's a great plan.
Dang.
Tarp sheets.
Tarp sheets.
BattleBox.
I got to tell you about something, Cam.
Okay.
At least a dozen U.S. states are now responding to cyber attacks targeting local water and wastewater systems.
That's perfect, man.
Yeah, the incidents mark one of the broadest known coordinated campaigns against municipal water infrastructure in the country. ABC News reported Tuesday that hackers have hit water and wastewater utilities in no fewer than 12 states. Just last week, the FBI confirmed that at least 7 states had already seen attacks targeting the industrial control systems that manage pumps, water pressure, and valves in treatment plants. This is crazy. Some of the breaches caused real operational problems. The FBI noted that certain facilities experienced degraded performance, including loss of pressure and flooding. So You're
just mixing poo water with real water.
Yeah.
That's what they don't want to tell you.
Why does my water taste
This is
poopy?
Weird. It's really stale and
Smells like ass.
it's got these floaters in it.
Brown floaties in my water?
Who cares? We charge $500 per gallon.
Exactly. So anyways, I just bring this up to say, the hackers are out there doing the hacker stuff, and they're doing it on the water systems, and this is another reason why
That's
you
a creepy place to attack.
Yeah, you should have some water at home, some way to, get the brown floaters out of your water if it's coming.
There's no digital connection to your blue water container, so
there's not. So.
Well, you shouldn't be. There could be.
Maybe there is. I connected mine to Facebook.
I have a camera on mine. I'll watch it all day.
That's right.
One inside the tank and one on top of the tank.
It's great.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, and on my toilet too. Got one on my toilet. There's some water in
Track
there.
how much water's coming out of the body, how much is going down the drain.
Yeah, it's an algorithm I made up. Works great.
I know exactly how much my family's consuming. Great.
Yeah.
They probably do make that system.
I assume they do.
Pee ring.
Yeah, you just gotta
And
attach
monitor
this.
your content of your pee and how much water loss.
Attach one end to your penis, the other end of the toilet. We'll get you all the good info you need.
Hold on, I gotta plug in. I'm gonna pee my pants.
Piss through some digital thing every day.
It probably exists, I'm sure.
It probably does.
So this just was like grossed me out. So I thought I'd share it.
Our conversation?
No, that's gross too.
Yeah.
But workers have begun removing thousands of gallons of rotting fish sauce from Newfoundland and Labrador plant that was abandoned in the 2000s.
Oh.
Fish sauce.
Like
it's
tartar
just
sauce?
sitting there rotting.
Like tartar
No,
sauce?
I think it's like made up of fish.
Who eats fish sauce?
I don't know.
What is
Maybe
it?
it is like tartar sauce. St. Mary's Mayor Steve Ryan said the former Atlantic
first
seafood.
Steve Ryan. People,
Yeah.
when they have two first names, it's just weird.
It is weird.
You know?
Which one is it?
Yeah.
Mr. Ryan or Mr. Steve?
No, it's Ryan Steve. No, Steve Ryan. I don't know.
Okay.
Doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Atlantic Seafood Sauce Company plant has been stinking up the town for decades. No one's dealt with it. It just smells like rotting fish all the time.
It took a man with two first names to take control.
It did.
To figure this out.
The Newfoundland and Labrador government approved a $2 million budget for the operation last year. Crews finally started to process cleaning out the plant on Tuesday. 110 tanks, each holding 3,000 gallons of rotten sauce, are being cleaned out. Yeah. Could you imagine your town just smelling like rotting fish sauce? And to take that long to not do anything about it, I wish someone would clean that up.
Why isn't anybody figuring this
Vote
out?
for me, I clean your sauce.
It's like Ogden when it smells like dog food. Have you noticed the dog food plant? Oh my gosh, sometimes you're like, this is disgusting.
Yeah. So they actually use peat moss to like thicken it and then like pull it all out of there. I can't imagine that job. That would be on Dirty Jobs for sure if it still existed.
Yeah, fish sauce removal.
So anyways, that's coming to your town.
Well,
stinky fish sauce rotting in the. It made me think though of like,
post-apocalypse.
Post-apocalypse, like these places with all this kind of crap that you don't know exists. Like, why does it stink so bad?
Yeah, like everything would stink all the time.
You know, people are hanging those little car scents on their porch. You think that's funny, Kobe?
See, we're going back. Somebody went back and started listening to...
I can't believe you commented on it.
A bunch of people went back and started listening to episode 1. And by the way, just so that I don't have to answer any more messages, if you want to listen to the first few episodes, you have to go to Podbean.
Just Podbean, right?
That's the only place to get them because we get like almost every week we get a couple of questions about it. Yeah, it's only there. You got to go to Podbean. You can get our first episodes. But somebody's like, man, you guys like had a Burbs reference in like every single episode. And I'm like, yeah, it's true.
That's awesome.
We have limited it for the last few years for some reason. It is about time to watch it again, though, Cam.
It is time to watch it again. It's usually in the summer, right?
Yeah, time to get back. I got a bubble in my throat. I got fish sauce in my throat.
I love the burp.
Yeah, burp.
I don't want to talk about it.
So let's talk about the contingency planner.
Yeah.
And I want to start why most families don't really have a plan here. You know, a lot of families really do think that we have an emergency plan. We've talked through a few scenarios. We have a general idea of what we're going to do if something happens.
Yeah.
But it comes down to something like, okay, we're going to call each
note
other
on the fridge.
Yeah. Or no, we're going to call each other. We're going to meet at home. I'll grab all the important stuff, and then we'll leave if it gets bad.
It's just in their heads, right? They just have said it. That's what we'll do.
But even then, it's so vague
for
that
sure.
like it's like when things get bad. Well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Does that mean the fish sauce is taking over town? Or does it mean like,
Go around it, go
something
through it.
else specifically, right? So, that sounds fine while the phones are working, while the roads are open, if everybody's together when these things happen. But emergencies usually happen when you've got someone at work, you've got kids at school, you got a wife getting her hair done. Most likely she's getting her hair done.
Or Ross picking up some stuff.
Or Ross, yeah, or TJ Maxx.
Or TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx or Ulta.
That's all we have here in town, so that's why we brought it
It's
up.
one of those three places. If I can't find my wife, she's either a Ross, TJ Maxx,
She's
or
where
Ulta.
my wife is, too.
She's there or getting her hair done.
Yeah.
Right.
And I just look at the cloud, like Google Photos, and I'm like, yeah, there's 16 different pantses in there. Pantses?
Pants is, or I just go to my bank account. Okay, she
That's
just
true.
bought some at TJ Maxx.
That's true. That's right.
$600, so she just got her hair done.
I'm taking it back. I just want to try it all out
Yeah.
at home in my lighting.
That's right. In most families, they also rely way too heavily on one person because there's usually only one person that gives a crap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's true.
Like one person knows where the documents are. One person knows how to run the generator. Most person knows like what gear does what, where it's at, and where everybody's supposed to go. If that person is unavailable, if that person dies in the first 5 seconds, now what?
Yep.
You got to have, you know what I mean? So a real plan should answer a few basic questions ahead of time. Like, what do we do first? Who handles each job? Where do we meet? Who do we contact? What do we grab? Where are we going? All that kind of, and what, like, if the first option is not there, now what do we do? That's the whole thing about these plans, right? They need to be very specific because grab important crap does not tell anybody what you need to do, because what I think is important, what my wife thinks is important, what my kids thinks are important are three completely different things across the board. So you have to have those things. So the goal is to remove as many decisions as possible from the moment when everybody is stressed and separated and run around with chickens with their heads cut off, right? So that's one of the things we wanted to make sure you understand when we talk about, we're talking about specifically the contingency planner today, but it's an emergency
Because it's
plan.
all in there, right?
Because
you can put it all down in there.
Yeah. But it's just a family emergency plan. That's what we're talking about overall.
Yeah.
So,
And I think that summarizes it really good. Like, you could probably quit listening right now.
Yeah, that's probably.
But don't, okay?
Keep
we
coming.
want to talk to you about some more details.
There's probably some jokes coming or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
hopefully.
look forward to that.
Yeah. So first things first, write this down.
Yeah.
So stress makes you stupid, right?
Yeah.
Anytime during an event or a crisis, people just like lose their minds.
Yeah.
And this has been proven, and we know what happens. So
Science.
like you said, if it's not written down in something like the contingency planner, you're going to forget it all.
Sure.
You're just going to lose your mind and be like, what's the Wi-Fi password? I need
Yeah.
I'm sending you a picture of what's happening outside. But the other thing is like you were saying, there's always like the household chief prepper.
Sure.
The person that kind of has all those ideas. The problem is, and like me, I haven't shared those as much as I could. It's like I have this plan in my mind, and I will be with my family, and I'll be able to guide them through the apocalypse.
I'm not good at sharing feelings.
High chance I'm going to leave them.
Cam's going to get distracted and going to forget that there's an apocalypse going
halfway into the bug out location. Be like, wait a minute, I didn't tell them to meet me here.
Yeah, whoops.
So yeah, you got to write it down, and it takes a ton of stress off. Just like prepping, the reason we prep is so that we're not so stressed out in the event. Same thing, you got to have a plan too, because none of it will work out if you don't have a plan.
Sure.
And then the other thing is like the dead phone problem.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that not only for communication, but it's like a lot of the stuff nowadays we save on our phone.
Yeah.
So a physical paper copy eliminates all the issues that can come along with that. Plus, the tangible copy is usually in your home where your family's going to be, so that they can refer to it. Plans kept in your head, feel bulletproof. We've even, you remember when that guy's like, I keep it in a rain box.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys are stupid to carry around books. It goes along with that. It's like, yeah, you may know that plan and you wrote it out, but the rest of you don't. And you're going to forget it when things, any obstacle comes up during a crisis. So things that you got to ask real questions. Who actually gets the kids if school's locked down? Where are we going? What gets loaded first? How long do we wait before pulling the trigger to go to an alternative location? Like those are things that need to be in the plan. because you're not going to be able to communicate over cell. And you're
Yeah,
not going to be able to
maybe not.
refer to anything in the cloud. Yeah, it's possible you will.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they actually doubled down,
Yeah,
right? They've got the
exactly.
hard copy and they have an app. But then you have everything stored. You can refer to it. You can ease the panic. And that's, and that's the starting point is like, make a plan to actually write out your plan. And if you use something like the contingency planner, it's like, it's all there for you, all the parts of the plan. And that's what we're going to kind of detail.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. So let's talk about the contingency planner specifically. So this is from Mad Gear. This has been a longtime sponsor of ours. We wanted to talk about it specifically because I think the main thing that the contingency planner does, it really gives the family like one central place to organize their entire emergency response. And like, instead of like Cam talked about, you have a piece of it in somebody's phone, another piece is like in a filing cabinet somewhere, or there's some notes in the garage, or some just sitting in your head. It brings everything together into like one usable system that's very easy to understand and know where it's at, right?
Do you know how many notebooks we have in our house?
There's a million.
There's like 500,000. They're like 2 pages are written on, and then the rest is blank. And I'm like, how are you going to know
what's what?
Which of those books might have it? So
So the planner can hold the major parts of the family's emergency setup. This includes things like communication plans, evacuation routes, meeting locations, security stuff, supply locations, medical information, like everything that could be part of an emergency plan lives within this contingency planner. And it gives all of those separate pieces a place to live and makes it easier to see how they can actually work together. Like, it's all laid out for you. And that's the nice thing about something like this. It kind of removes what we like to call the blank page problem. Because if you tell somebody, hey, you need to make an emergency plan, and what they're going to do is go get like you said, a notebook and start just writing stuff out. But it's not as simple as it sounds. Like, you have to have somebody kind of guide you through what are the things I actually need to be understanding.
It's true. You don't even know what to write.
Yeah.
The blank page thing for sure.
So sometimes you're just like writing like all these possible disasters down and then like random stuff for each one. And it's like, how are you ever going to like dig down when one of those is happening and figure out what actually needs to happen? So the structured planner, it gives it categories. It asks questions that prompts you to work through these things instead of like inventing.
You can't just come up.
From scratch, you know. It helps break down one massive job into these really small decisions. Like, again, where does everybody meet? You know, who contacts the kids? What vehicle gets used? All that stuff. It asks you how and what in this planner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like a lot of households already have at least some of that information they need, but it's so scattered, you know.
It's always scattered.
It's like emergency contacts are on the wife's phone. Insurance information is who knows where, you know. There's maps here, there's supplies there, but the planner helps connect all of that information into one place. And I think that's the real value of something like the contingency planner. And this one is like the most detailed I've ever seen.
Me too.
Like, there's some really simple ones that you can get online for free, but this one, like, if you really want to get serious about it and really get granular with everything, this is the way to go because it keeps it all in one place. And
it's got the little add-ins too.
Yeah.
Right? It's like if you wanted even more detailed, you can get additional pieces.
Yeah, you can make it simple, or you can make it really, really granular because they have these add-ons, right?
And check out our Instagram because I'll have a little thing on there about that.
Exactly.
So the other thing, or another part, like I had already mentioned too, is like we carry our phones with us all the time. Yeah. It's like they are gold mines for maps and emergency alerts and contacts and docs until they're not. Yeah. Like battery issues, EMP, different things that could knock that out. You lose it, or the battery goes dead real fast, and for some reason you can't charge it. It's a little more vulnerable to losing that information or losing access to that information. And paper isn't replacing your phone. No. It's like you need to have a physical planner to put all of those things in. You don't need to ignore your tech because it's susceptible to EMPs and stuff like that. Some people do that. A lot of not a lot, but there's several preppers that are like they're very much about the old school way of writing it down, which is great, but you can use both. And so you're not replacing your phone's ability. You're adding to it and it's a redundancy plan.
It comes back to the old adage for preppers, one is none.
Yeah, exactly.
2 is 1 and 1 is none, right?
And there's different ways. You can use the app. You can take pictures of the pieces of paper. You print it all on and stuff like that. So anyway, but yeah, the multi-layered defense strategy. The best setup doesn't rely on just like the one binder or one device. It spreads it across. Spreads your risk across solid redundancy matrix. That's exactly what the contingency planner, the Mad Gear stuff does. So your main physical planner and binder is kept in a central known location at home. And we'll talk a little bit about storing that away.
Sure.
And then a secure digital copy or cloud download for quick access during minor hiccups, the contingency planner app, like the ad that I butcher every week. You guys should remember it.
Yeah.
You download the app, you can share it with everybody. You have that, and then you have the original copy at home stored that you can all refer to. And we'll talk about how simple to write it out too. Critical PDFs documents downloaded locally so that they don't vanish, and there's a lot of reasons to have those things. Guides, insurance, like you were saying, for emergencies. It's all in one place.
Yeah.
And then laminated cheat sheet pages stashed in vehicles, glove boxes, bug out bags. Like you can break these down into smaller, like minor lists for your family.
I think that's a perfect thing for like kids' backpacks and stuff. And just have like the basics.
Because they're probably going to be at school, right?
Yeah,
they're going to be at school or at work or something when something happens. And it's like, refer back to that. Okay, look in your...
Don't let anybody see it because they're going to think you're a weirdo. But
I know.
But have it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if your friends...
Seriously. Yeah, hold on. I got to see where my dad is at 2 a.m. At 2 p.m. this afternoon. And then basic memorized info and meeting spots known by every member of the family. They're also written down, and you guys have gone over them.
Yeah, you can memorize some stuff.
For sure.
Pretty easy.
I used to memorize phone numbers when I was a kid.
Me too. I still know phone numbers.
I know. It's the only ones I remember.
I remember my number.
It's funny. You didn't even mean to, but you did.
Yeah.
But never put the main thing, the golden rule is like never put your entire survival strategy in one basket.
Yes.
Like don't just use the one binder and hide it in your basement.
Yeah.
Make sure this plan is shared. You guys go over it. You have little pieces of it with you, and then or in your kids' bags, and then you also have it on your phone.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think one of the first steps is figuring out like which emergencies are actually realistic for your family and for the area in which you live. Because preparedness really can get really broad and people start planning for like everything all at once. And that kind of leads to a binder full of half-finished ideas instead of like actual like really
give up.
Useful.
Like, this
is too much. There's too many disasters.
Scary. I don't like it.
I don't want to talk about all these disasters. So look at the problems that have actually happened in your area or could reasonably happen with very little warning, right? Yeah. Like it could be things like wildfires, flooding, winter storms, hurricanes, extreme heat. That stuff's been hitting, right? Supply disruptions, all that kind of stuff. And the whole thing is that every household is going to have a different list. There's no like ubiquitous list across the board. Everybody's going to have something different because you live in different areas, because you work in different places, because each town is different. Each neighborhood is different. Yeah. So, and the work schedules and schools, like all that kind of stuff is different for everybody. So it's always going to be different. You can't just download some list online and say, here it is.
Everybody wants a cheat sheet, right?
Yeah.
That they don't have to do.
Exactly.
AI, figure this out for me.
It's not going to happen. So a lot of times preppers spend a lot of energy planning for the biggest and most dramatic disasters, and I understand it. They're like,
nuke attack.
EMP. Yep. That's all I care about. It's the only thing that's ever going to happen. Right?
There are definitely those.
There's a lot.
It's like, this is the only thing that's going to happen. The Democrats going to take over again.
The Democrats are lizard people.
The Republicans are going to burn down the country.
Lizard people going to turn into lizard men everywhere, taking over the country.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Like, they do that, and then they forget about, like, a 3-day power outage. You know what I mean? They forget about, like, really simple stuff that actually happens to people that is probably going... They forget about, oh, my car might break down. Mm-hmm. Oh, I might have a trip to the doctor that I did not expect, or the emergency room. Everybody ends up in the emergency room at some point. So yeah, like the planner should be useful during ordinary disruptions as well as major disasters. I'm not saying you don't talk about those things, but it needs to kind of cover the bases, and especially cover the stuff that's most likely. And we've talked about that a million times, your personal apocalypse, right? I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. What are the things that are actually going to happen to you? Yeah. Make sure you're starting with those. Make sure you're focusing on those. Less about the Yellowstone volcano. Yeah. Might happen, but you know what I mean? Like, not the thing you probably want to put in there. Start by choosing 3 to 5 conditions that would create the biggest problems for your household. Focus on the situations most likely to separate family, force you to leave home, cut off communications, interrupt power or water, or even make normal transportation impossible. Like, you don't need to build a completely separate plan for every possible disaster. You can sort of, figure out what those are, and like, here's some contingencies that kind of work for a lot of these, right? Because it'd take you years if you were going for every tiny little thing. Build it in layers. Start with the most realistic problems. Get those sections filled out. Test whether the plan makes sense. And once the basic system is working, then you can start to add the lizard people to the list if you want to. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, go ahead. The goal is to identify the kinds of disruptions your family might face and make sure everyone understands how to respond. Yeah. That's the goal. That's perfect. Pretty damn simple. You know what else?
Seems simple.
Yeah. You know what else is simple? Element.
It is.
It really is. You just drink it.
I mean, the word's chopped up into 4 letters.
Yeah, exactly. It's people want to be prepared and ready for anything. The last thing you need is something that will slow you down when you need to be ready the most. That's why we at Casual Preppers have teamed up with Element. It is a tasty electrolyte drink mix with everything you need and nothing that you don't. We think it's perfect for bug-out bags, EDC kits, because it contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio. 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium. Casual Preppers listeners can get a free Element sample pack of the most popular drink flavors when you make any purchase through our exclusive Casual Preppers link. But you have to go to our link. It's a very simple process. You just go to drinkelement.com/casualpreppers. You're going to get your order. You're also going to get a free sample pack with that purchase. Pretty free or rad. drinklmnt.com/casual preppers.
Yeah, don't waste time. Go get some of that stuff.
Go get hydrated, folks.
Yeah. We even got a little recipe book this time of like making little jellies with the salt packets and stuff. Pretty cool.
Pretty rad.
So to go along with what you're just saying, you really don't need to plan for all these single apocalyptic events. I feel like this part is a little bit of a podcast breaker.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
I know.
A spoiler. This is keep listening to us, because what I'm about to say, I feel like goes against some of the things that we do. But we're trying to just go over little details to make everything, the whole grand scheme of things clearer. But different disasters, so it's, same problems, different day. Different disasters almost always boil down to the exact same core disruptions on the ground. Like it all kind of, like, of all these cool things that we talk about, the best podcast out there, a lot of it comes down to the same stuff. Do you have your water? Do you have your plan? And like, what's your family going to do? You're going to bug out, bug in. So you've got to, like, if you go into those details in your plan, like, almost all of them are going to work out perfectly fine. So don't guess or don't think about the exact trigger. Look at like the universal consequences. We cannot stay home. We need to evacuate. And then here's the plan for that. We cannot get home. We're trapped at work. This is what we've talked about. And this is in the app, and this is in the plan. You cannot communicate over cell towers. The power's out. Water is unavailable or unsafe. Roads are blocked. A lot of these things happen with almost every disaster. Yeah. So it's like, you've gone over it. It's in your plan. You don't have to like flip through 16 different scenarios to find out, okay, this is exactly what's happening.
You don't have to say, the power's out because of a hurricane.
That's on page
I have to
647.
Find that. It doesn't matter. The power's out.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Section.
Thou shalt not do that.
Yeah. It's like you've got your core evacuation plan. You've got your singer. You've got your single
George Strait is my singer.
It would be mine. Yeah. All right, kids, crank it up.
Get your ass out of here.
A single power outage plan works whether the root cause is heavy winter, local equipment failure, wildfire. It all comes down to the same things, right? And that's why I'm like, this kind of feels like it hurts our podcast, but it's nice to talk
Not
about
necessarily,
the details.
because like we talk about those things for one to keep it interesting for everybody, and to also be able to talk about each of these things in a slightly nuanced way.
We don't get a chance to like break it down, because you're like, okay, it does all come back to this, but you're right. It kind of has planning around a consequence instead. It causes you to keep your binders nice and concise, and so you just kind of look at the whole picture. And you're like, okay, all this is going to end up leading to this anyway. So
exactly.
Don't get caught up in making each section.
Yeah.
Some people probably love that.
Sure.
But you really don't need
If you want to, go ahead. Whatever you want to do.
Especially if you're starting out.
Yeah.
Don't break it down per scenario.
I think one of the hardest parts of any emergency and an emergency plan is figuring out when you stop watching and actually start doing.
Absolutely the hardest part, I think.
Like, nobody wants to feel like they panicked.
I've been
like,
watching for a week. The town's evacuated.
My family's dead. When do I get into action?
Okay. It hasn't quite hit the trigger.
Get like dead family members around you. Never hit my trigger.
When the last one dies, I'm out.
When I'm dead. It's over.
But it is true. It's like when do you pull the trigger on these
Exactly.
things?
It's like you don't want to feel like you left town too early like an idiot, or you pulled the kids out of school for like no reason, or you missed work. Some people are like, I'm just not going into work today. You know what I mean?
First thing.
Or even you went and spent a bunch of
Just
money
in case.
when you didn't really need to, right?
Yeah.
I think the problem is that waiting.
Like buying a ton of toilet paper because you saw the news.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that waiting, it can burn up the best part of your window for action sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, the roads are still open. There is still gas available. The weather, it's not a complete hurricane yet. And you still have time to load up without losing your mind. So like once everybody else decides it's time to go, all of that stuff has sort of disappeared. Like it's really hard to take action, right? So a condition for action is just a trigger that you agree on ahead of time. And I think it's really important to understand this.
I think so.
Because like instead of like standing around in the middle of an emergency, like, well, is it bad enough yet? Is it not? Like you already have like decided what warning, what like road closure, what temperature, what time limit, or whatever change in conditions is met. Then you move.
Yeah.
Then you start, right? Like with a wildfire, it might be like pre-evacuation. We're out.
Yeah.
Right? Or like the fire crosses a certain boundary, like a road or, a fence or whatever it might be, and then you leave, right? Same thing with like a winter power outage. Like maybe after 4 hours, now it's time to set up our backup heat system or whatever we have laid out. You can also set up triggers for like comms and for travel. Like if nobody can reach out to everybody else after like a set amount of time, everyone moves to like whatever the meeting plan is, or checks with your out-of-state contact, those types of things. If the main road closes, you switch routes. If you no longer have enough fuel to reach the main destination, you go to the closer backup. So you have to have like these triggers that like help you so you're not wondering, so you're not like also too late. Because that's part of the issue. You don't want to be too late in acting because then you're screwed.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're using common sense, but like have some predetermined triggers for a lot of these things so that you're not just like saying, oh man, I don't know. It's like, no, I know when this happens, boom, we go.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
Kobe, are you going?
Yeah.
That's probably what's good.
What do you think? I'm
Kobe,
not
what
sure.
do you think?
I don't care really if we go or not.
We do the podcast before we leave?
One, real quick.
No, the triggers are hard, man. Like, when I was reading through these, I'm like, I don't know that I have like set trigger points.
Yeah.
It's like I do kind of think I'm just gonna go with it by the feel, but that's not the best plan.
And maybe you can in some ways, depending on how much you understand the threats. Because I mean, I feel like you and I have talked about this stuff so much.
Right.
Like we've gotten
It kind of
so
does seem
in
more
depth.
ingrained.
We kind of have a pretty good feel, and a lot of preppers are this way because they do look into it so much. But we have a pretty good feel on like we need to get out, or not get out, or we need to do this, right?
Yep. And I probably should write some of those out just in case I'm dead.
Exactly.
So the next thing is like condition plans, the if and then of the playbook. It goes along with what you just said. It's like once you hit the predetermined emergency trigger, staring at each other of like trying to decide, what do we do now? Like That's a big problem.
Yeah.
So you need a clear pre-mapped execution track. So one thing, like in medicine, probably the things that we refer to the most are algorithms, right? It's like, okay, the patient comes in, has these labs that are abnormal, yes or no, and then you go down the
And then
yes
what's
path,
now?
and it's
Yeah.
like that's basically how you need to set up these triggers. Is like have an algorithm to go along with it.
Makes sense.
7-point checklist for every scenario. Every single condition plan should have a streamlined checklist covering the essentials without turning it into a novel.
That's the hard part.
That's why it's like algorithms can be, that they make a whole 16-page thing of like how to manage a certain disorder. So it's like it goes the same. It's like you don't need to read through page after page of items. It's like you set these little checkpoints. Immediate action. What happens in the first 5 minutes? It's written. And then the next thing is like, what are the family roles? You're going to do this, you do this, you do this. Like, make sure that those are clear or they can refer back to them. Who texts who, notifies who, what core gear gets grabbed, what vehicles, where it's parked, where are we heading first? What's, plan B if plan A it fails. Those things are kind of, conditions plans. Like if this or this happens, then this happens. Your opening steps must be stupidly simple to execute.
Yeah.
Like you can get like it sounds like the things that we're talking about could be over the top and you could get crazy in the details. You could easily, and you probably will your first draft, it's like, and then you can break it down. You really want to make all of it as simple as possible. You don't need to like write out, our evacuation plan is to go downtown past Walmart, and then you're going to hook left and go. Then when you get there, it's like you can make it much more simple so that you can just turn to it and then boom, it's there. The next pages could be more detailed, however you want to do it that way. But make this the straightforward part as easy to read and as simple as possible.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Keep the top layer punchy and immediate. Once the initial panic is managed, the deeper pages of the plan can be handled. The heavy logistics, like alternative bypass routes, all that stuff can come later. You need to make the first initial part pretty straightforward and, keep those triggers pretty easy to follow.
Yeah, and I think that is a good time to talk about pace planning. And so pace planning is really just like a simple way to make sure your family's
Pace Pecani sauce.
Get the rope. Was that the
Yes,
one?
that's Pace Pecani.
Yeah. It's really just a simple way to make sure your family's not relying on one option to work perfectly. Because here's the thing, it will not. Like if you have one option, that one's going to be dead. I guarantee it. So PACE basically stands for primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. It's basically like, what are you trying first? What's the backup? What do you do if that fails? And what is like your last resort thing?
Little algorithm there.
Exactly, yeah. Because most family planning stops at plan A. Like that's like 99% of what people have is just like one thing. We're going to meet here, then we'll figure it out. What if you can't meet there, right? What if I can't text you?
Done. Plan is over.
What if my vehicle is stuck somewhere? Like there's all of these things. And so you have to have a pace plan for this. And I think communication is an easy example to kind of explain this. Like your primary communication might be a family group text. Like I think every family has a group text and it's a really easy way to get a hold of everybody really quickly. But what if that is not working for some reason? I think then
that's probably going to be the first thing everybody in the family is going to do.
Primary. And then you have your alternate. Maybe it's individual calls. Maybe you're calling everybody because, I mean, it's probably
what is that?
Yeah, you actually use a phone to say hello. I have to explain this to my kids all the time. At the end of the call. You say goodbye. Very
so
simple
weird.
process, but maybe that's your alternate. And maybe your contingency, if those don't work, is you're checking in with your out of area contact.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody is trying to do that. And then your emergency option is everyone following the plan and heading to the meeting location. Nobody can get a hold of each other. Of all those things, the emergency is everybody walks down to Arby's and we meet at Arby's.
That is my number one place.
That is my number one place.
I'll be texting from. Actually, Arby's is part of my family group text.
Yeah.
As soon as I text the family what to do, the next text is get an Arby's 50% off today.
Exactly.
It's like the little ad thing.
Exactly. So, like this,
We'll stop there on the way out.
It's not just, you can use that for transportation. You can use it for a lot of different things, but just understand what PACE is and then try and apply it to a lot of these different sections within your thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, primary, alternate, contingency, emergency. That's all you have to remember.
That's a good thing to remember.
I think
I just forgot it.
I know. I had to look at it again because I keep forgetting. Just think pecani sauce,
Paste pecani sauce.
right?
Got it.
Pecani.
Arby's. It reminds me of Arby's for some reason. I got to text Arby's. What am I? I don't remember
Well,
what these details.
maybe
came
A could stand for Arby's. You know what primary, Arby's.
People, Arby's, Cameron, emergency.
Emergency. That's how it's supposed to stand.
That's how you're gonna remember it now.
Yeah, sure.
But listen, as preppers, you know, we talk a lot about gear, food, Arby's, planning.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk nearly enough about clothing. And that's crazy because, you know, what you wear matters. You got to look good in the apocalypse, and you want your gear, you want your clothing to work for you.
Sure do.
And that's why we've been loving Poncho Outdoors. They make men's outdoor performance shirts that are lightweight, breathable, quick drying, and actually look good. They've got this built-in stretch fabric. They have UPF 50 plus sun protection.
Dying.
You're not going to burn to death with these on. Nope.
Hell no.
And a comfortable fit that looks and works good. Fishing, working, traveling, camping, out to dinner. It's like
Dude,
a shirt that can be used everywhere.
It's my dinner shirt almost every time if I'm going
Me
out
too.
on a date.
It is actually mine too.
I got a yellow one. I look sexy in it.
So
So that's
funny.
why I wear it.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly what I plop on.
You plop it on?
I plop it on.
Go plop it on, baby.
You can choose regular, slim, tall, short sleeve, long sleeve.
I'm slim.
They have
by the way.
yeah. The slim ones do fit the best for me. Too.
They do, yeah.
I really like the fit.
Mm-hmm.
With sizes from small to 3XL. Fits
Yeah.
everybody we're talking to right now.
I'm small slim, by the way. That's me. I'm barely
Kids section.
I'm barely in there, but
yeah,
I made it.
they do fit really well though, the slim
Yeah.
ones. And they're not tight under the arms. They're not baggy. They're not easy, and they're easy to swap if you need to find a different size.
Here's the thing.
That is
just
the biggest thing with
the
them.
build of them, like the way that they're made, it's like second to none.
Yeah,
I've
it really
never
is.
had a nicer shirt.
I know. I don't know. It's
Never.
like space fabric. I don't even know where they get it because it's like
I don't know.
comfortable. It breathes. It looks well all the time. Like even after being outside and sweating and
Yeah.
using it, it's like, oh, it looks good. I can go to town. Smell like crap, but looks good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So go to ponchooutdoors.com/casual preppers. Enter your email for $10 off your first order. That's PONCHO outdoors.com/casual preppers. $10 off. Free shipping.
Boom.
And you can exchange like
Yeah,
forever. It
it's
feels
great.
like 90 days later, I exchanged this shirt because I was like, I didn't wear this.
Is that
very
their
much.
actual like policy?
I know 90 days is
90
an
days.
exchange. Yep.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it.
So pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
So the other problem, and like we always talk about, it's most likely that a disaster is going to happen and you're not going to be with your family.
Yeah.
You know, obviously that would be the best scenario. It's not going to happen. Somebody's going to be at work or at school or sports or something like
I'm
that.
just hoping we're on the mountain camping.
yeah, exactly.
together.
It's perfect.
When it
we'll
happens.
stay up here.
Yeah.
We got enough food.
That's like my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
When it happens, that's what's going
It's like
on.
perfect fall weather, and it's
Mhm.
like, oh, this will
Yeah.
work out perfect. But yeah, most likely you're going to be scattered.
Yeah.
So emergencies, they never happen when you're all like cozily hanging out together with food stacked around you and all
At
the,
Arby's, all the Arby's sauce you can handle.
Exactly, it's not going to happen that way.
Never. Well, I mean, it could. The amount of time I'm at Arby's,
Yeah,
you know.
the times I go
Odds
with
are
my
great.
family, 0.
Oh yeah, no, they don't.
They
usually
don't
go.
really wanna
I took
go.
my wife there a little bit ago
with your poncho shirt
with my
on.
punch. Spilled some Arby's sauce on it, wiped it right off.
Yeah, it didn't stick.
Didn't stick.
And I could hold 16 more in my pocket and
That's
clean my sunglasses.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're awesome.
it's great.
But audit your assets, you know, who's where. A functional plan looks, and this changes all the time, right?
Yeah.
You need to realize that, like, your kids, that's the thing. I was like, I know a school plan, and then they graduate and they go from middle school to high school. It's like, oh, things
Dude,
have changed.
I'm in this right now.
more
I've got
complicated.
one going 4 hours away.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like,
She's got a whole
Freaked out.
different plan now.
freaked out.
Yeah, so you need to go through those things, like who is physically closest to the schools, can pick up so and so, or check on so and so as they're on their way back.
Yeah.
You know, who actually has a flexible job that can just bust out of there, and who's going to be trapped.
And I'm in an interesting situation too because I've got kids who drive and
Yeah, you
kids
do.
who don't. And so it's like, how do I
You can use them.
can use that in a way, but also like I got to rely on them in
Yeah,
that
that's
situation.
true.
So it's like, it's a very interesting.
Yeah.
dichotomy.
So maybe
there.
it isn't the best thing for
I don't
them
know.
to pick up, your daughter or something.
Right now, it's hard enough to get him to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
she's going to be forgotten one way or another.
for sure. We forgot her at church before. Did I tell you about that?
No.
You remember that? It was
I know that happened once in my family. Not when I was a kid.
Oh,
my
when you were a
parents
kid.
left one of my kids.
No,
or one
so-
of our kids.
So we had
One
ridden.
of my brothers, my gosh.
My wife and I rode in one car, and all my kids rode in another car. And for some reason that day, our phones were down. Like you couldn't text, you couldn't call, anything. And so my kids left thinking we were taking my youngest. We left thinking they were taking her. And so she was just walking around the church. And the funny thing was, she said, I ran into Cam, but I didn't say anything because I was embarrassed. And so she just went and sat in the bathroom until we figured it out. She was in the bathroom for like 45 minutes till we got back.
Oh my god.
I'm like, why didn't you say something to Cam?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. I was embarrassed.
Was it this year?
It was last year.
Oh, okay.
was
So
last year.
there's some people around. She
Yeah.
wasn't just like in there
Yeah.
with the picture of Jesus hoping things would work out.
Crossing her fingers, praying. No, but it's just funny how that can happen.
Might as well clean while you're here.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a normal day. Like, so I'm just showing like how crazy things can
Yeah.
get really easily if you
Yeah.
don't have a plan.
And how your kids
Yeah.
are like more nervous than you.
Like dumb. I'm like, Cam was right there. He would have given you a ride home, or at least used the phone or
I
something.
think my dad works with him. I don't remember.
I know he's got a weird eye. I think it was him.
I tried to look at him, but he's looking one way. And
I was
Yeah.
scared.
little drifty eye. The one thing that I kind of liked in this section was like the home sweet hazard trap.
Okay.
Everyone just come home. That's the thing. It's like everything, whatever happens, everybody just come home in the safe zone.
Yeah.
But that's not always going to be possible.
Come home in the safe zone.
right. Look
Rhymes.
at all these rhymes.
Yeah.
But it's a terrible strategy if the home is inside an evacuation zone.
Yeah,
You know,
sure.
it's like if you haven't gone over that and you understand it's like your home or your neighborhood's threatened by a wildfire, it's like there's an emergency in town. I'm going to go home. You
Yeah.
get burned up. So you need your family needs to know when returning it to home is smart,
Yeah.
or when they could get a ride with a friend that they think it would be.
Exactly.
Get them home safely. Build a clear step-by-step fallback hierarchy so nobody is left wandering in circles or trapped in a church bathroom.
Church bathroom.
Meet at home only if home is safe. Level 2, meet at a pre-designated secondary location. Arby's.
Yes.
If your specific neighborhood is on lockdown, somewhere in town. 3, meet in an out of an area location like
Arby's in the next town.
exactly. Yeah, and then from there you just keep going.
Yeah, it's just an Arby's.
Okay, they're
in
not
the next
Arby's.
town.
The next town is probably
Arby's in the
town.
next
That's actually
county.
not a bad plan.
Arby's in the next state.
Not a bad plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, having those things set up obviously would help your kid not freak out and help you, and everybody understands like you can't get home. Okay, that'll scramble people's brains. It's like, oh crap, I can't get home, or that area is blocked off. Then what's next? So you obviously got to have those set up.
You do.
And your plan is utterly useless if it assumes you're always there to run it.
You know what
Again,
assuming does?
Yeah, makes an A out of you to me.
That's right.
Stuck at work, across town, out of town on a trip, completely unreachable. Injured or sick. Like if you're the head of this whole plan system and you're the only one that knows it, obviously it's going to fall apart instantly if something happens to
And
you.
I think that goes right into this next thing is family roles. Like one of the easiest ways.
Delicious family rolls.
Buttery, flaky family rolls.
So make sure in your contingency planner you have the family rolls recipe.
Who carries the butter? I do.
Take it out of the oven.
Yeah. One of the easiest ways for an emergency to turn into a mess is for everybody to stand around waiting for the most prepared person to start giving
That's
orders.
what's going to happen.
That's a
almost
100%
everybody.
what's going to happen. So it makes a lot of sense to decide ahead of time who's handling what, right? One person's like, they're going to contact family members. Another one's going to grab medications. Another one's got the cats. Another one's got, you know what I mean? You also want to be careful about giving every important job to the same person.
Yeah.
And that is something that could really happen, especially when someone is either like the head of household sort of thing. I'm not trying to, this is not like a trad wife thing. I'm just saying like if someone who is like the person that's always talking about the preparedness,
Yeah.
you don't want to have them have all of the important stuff.
Right.
Like you have to divvy it out a little bit. And especially they need to have backups, because what if like, okay, I have to do this. It's going to take me a lot more time. So I need help from you on this and this and this. They need to know how to go turn the gas off or turn on a generator or whatever it needs to be, right? You can't just say one person knows it all.
Right.
They're good.
And I think on that, you're going to select certain children for certain roles, right?
Yes.
Like I have one child that he will probably not do anything. And then the other one will probably be over the top yelling at the youngest one. And it's like, set the roles based on the child's characteristics.
Exactly. And that the kids can have roles as long as the jobs are simple and they're hungry enough. And they've eaten their meat. I
was just like, I can't help but think about it.
Like a younger kid might be, man, that's great.
Slip that in real good.
Yeah. A younger kid might be responsible. Like they're going to get their shoes and their backpack and the pet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're not going to get their...
Or just their shoes. That's probably that one kid.
Or one shoe. But they're not going to be...
Slip-ons, please.
Getting their life-saving meds.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Do not let them do that.
No.
An older kid might know how to text out of an area of contact or bring specific bags to the door or whatever it is. I think the goal is not to turn the family into some kind of emergency response team. It's like, Alpha Team, go. It's not, it doesn't need to be that.
They probably... that would be nice if your family was that, but
for sure,
you look weird.
Yeah, but it's just making sure that everybody has a role.
Alpha, Echo 1, tire pressure, check.
Exactly. So you make sure that everybody has something to do. Everybody's got a buttery, flaky, just delicious roll in their hands.
Flaky, buttery crust.
Yeah, that's exactly. So, anyways.
Yeah, I love family rolls.
Think about it.
Oh, sounds so good.
Are we having family rolls tonight?
Right now.
I got to roast and have family rolls.
While we're talking about family rolls, let's talk about family rolls. So, back on the point of like, our phone is our number one like communication plan. Yeah. And that's what everybody uses, and that's what all of our kids pretty much understand. Beyond that, like, what's your next step? So that's the thing. You got to make sure that everybody understands that the phones are probably going to be overwhelmed. You're not going to be able to call, and then texting might be iffy. So make a plan with the phone, but then have backup communication plans, because you absolutely are going to run into an issue where phone service sucks, or it's down, or everybody's trying to text and call people to where you're not able to communicate that way. So that gives you a kind of assign roles before the panic. You know, a solid family roles delicious for one, and then second, you go with a communication plan.
Right.
Role solid. The solid communication protocol removes. I keep wanting to say rolls.
Freaking rolls, so good, man.
Solid communication protocol removes guesswork by pre-answering the operational questions. You know, who contacts who. Start with the family group text, family roles. And what happens if someone doesn't respond? Then what? Like, how do you try to reach out to them? Do you call the friend that they're always with? Yeah. Or do you call the neighbor that they're always with?
Or is it just your wife
or the
and she
man
doesn't?
the neighbor that your kid's always somehow with?
Or your wife's always with?
Yeah. Oh, she's probably over there again. Like,
I know she hangs out at his house a lot. They got a lot in common. They're friends.
They talk over the fence, I think. Yeah. Sometimes they're over the fence.
Doing something over the fence? Yeah. I don't know.
And then a single point of truth outside the disaster zone. It's like, you got to figure out what's going on. Directly, which meeting location applies, tied directly to the current situation. So you got to go through these things and understand clearly, like, how to not freak out when you can't get a hold of somebody. And then from there, like, who do you contact next, and who should be trying to contact each other? It's like, if you can't get a hold of me, then text your mom. And if your mom doesn't pick it because she doesn't use her phone for that reason, then
she just uses it to listen to murder podcasts. That's it.
Yeah. So if you keep interrupting it, she may get a hold of you.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, like, out of area hub strategy. Local lines might be completely severed, but long distance trunk lines. I don't know. I didn't edit that note.
Yeah.
Often stay open longer. Sure. So you've got to just have basically a strategy for communication when the phones fail, because that's the first thing the kids are going to freak out with if they can't communicate through the phone, they're going to be like, I don't even know how to talk to people. I don't know how to ask for a ride home.
Yeah, talking to a person in live,
Yeah.
like face to face, not the best for kids these days.
No, it's not.
They don't know how to do it.
And we've talked about this before, which I think is a really good plan, is like text, like make sure your texting is like simple, like to the point of like, you know, you don't want to be like carrying a conversation over text. You know, your wife's like, hey, honey, you okay? I'm freaking out right here because I can't decide on this couch I want to buy. Which color? And then when you get home, the house is on fire or we went up the mountain. Like make it simple. It's like, you know, we're good. We're safe. We're going to go here if if the house is threatened and the neighbor guy is not home.
Exactly. I know he's number one on your speed dial, but
make it simple. Don't plan on phones working except for like texting. Text first, and then next have a communication plan for the family.
And you talked about meeting places.
I made that convoluted and need to.
I did want to talk about meeting places real quick because your family should have more than one meeting place. We know that the number one should be Arby's. Or maybe it's number two, maybe your house, because number one's almost always going to be home. Yeah. Right. But you have to have something if home, like Cam mentioned, is not, it's on fire. You don't want to meet at home. So pick a spot close to home. Pick one outside the neighborhood and then one outside of town. So it's a really easy way to do it. You have basically 4 options: home, right outside of home. Maybe it's still in the neighborhood. Outside the neighborhood if the neighborhood is compromised, and then outside of town for a larger evacuation, right? It's a pretty simple thing to do.
That's a good idea.
You know what I mean? And then
everybody
knows.
Written out.
Exactly. Yeah. Boom. It's really simple.
Arby's next town.
Yeah.
Arby's third town.
All the Arby's.
Yeah.
If Arby's aren't available, then we just drive to the next town. You just keep driving.
Don't you dare go to Burger King.
Ugh. Don't do it. Don't do it. They're going to try and pull you in there with their flame broiled Whoppers, but no.
They do taste good.
They're not bad. So anyways, just something I wanted to mention, like just make sure your meeting places
are good.
Those 4 places are a really good place to start.
Yeah.
So
one thing that I saw in the contingency planner that I think is a good idea, and we'll talk a little bit about like storing this away because obviously you have a lot of information in there.
Sure, yeah.
And it's kind of scary if it gets into the wrong hands. That neighbor guy next door, he's got his hands in other places. He gets his hands on your contingency planner as well. You're done.
It's one thing to have hands on your wife. It's another thing to have don't touch my contingency
now
planner.
You've gone too far.
Yeah.
He's like, you got an obsession with Arby's, bro.
You were towing the line. Now you crossed it.
Just help make the family rolls.
Yeah.
But you can set up like code words. This kind of goes along with the communication plan.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go insane with this. It doesn't have to be like, you're not World War II little clickers.
Wind talkers or whatever.
Flash, thunder.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could.
The chair's against a wall.
Yeah. But the thing, like inside the contingency planner is cool is it has actually a little cipher.
Yeah.
So you guys can kind of communicate stealthily. I mean, if something weird happens and it's like it's just part of the plan. Part of the plan. The golden rule of code words, keep it simple for kids. You don't need to be convoluted and make really confusing like ciphers.
Yeah, like just butter.
Yeah, exactly.
Or roll.
Yeah.
Right? One of the two.
Your Ovaltine.
Yeah. Arby's.
Yeah.
Roast beef. I mean, those things are real easy to remember.
Yeah, super simple.
Yeah.
I saw like some of the words I looked up online were like moist basement.
Oh.
Thunder spoon. Like,
thunder
they're
spoon.
definitely going to remember those weird code
Sure,
words.
yeah, thunder spoon.
But then they mean something to your family because
that's also a move in the bedroom if you didn't know. Hold on, babe. I'm doing the thunder spoon.
Like, how crazy you want to be tonight? You want to try the thunder spoon?
Or the moist basement.
I would like to try the moist basement. But yeah.
I'm going to do the family roll. Watch out.
Yeah. And then the other thing, like teach your kids, if someone claims mom and dad sent me to pick you up, the person must hand over a code word. That's probably one of the more important things. Like, if somebody is, that maybe your kids don't know very well, it's like they need to understand there's a code word. Like they
Yeah.
were sent there. They're not just that neighbor that's got his hands all over your wife coming over to get your kids as well.
That's right.
Treat it like a password. If
Yeah.
it's compromised, shared too widely,
The
or
password
accidentally yelled
is-
out in crowded public, burn it. Pick up a new one. Got to make sure you switch it up if somebody learns.
What's the cable guy thing? Like, the password is
Yeah.
nipple. Is it nipple?
Yeah, I think it
right?
is nipple.
It's nipple, right?
Nipple.
Nipple.
That's a good one.
It is. Yeah, it's a good one.
So
I think that's great. And another thing that is in this thing is exfil, which is basically your exit plan, right? A lot of people assume it's just like
that makes sense.
we're gonna get in a car, we're gonna turn on a GPS, and we're gonna go, right?
Yeah.
But like the fastest route on a normal day may be the worst route during like the wildfire or a flood or chemical release or something like that. You have to think about like the bridges and the railroad crossings and all that kind of stuff. So you need to have alternate routes. That's basically what exfil is, evacuation planning. So have a basic route, have an alternate route. I mean, this is where you could use PACE again, right?
Pecani, yeah.
Pecani, like primary, alternate, contingency, emergency.
Right,
I did
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I did it. So just think about that with your evacuation planning and your exfil. That's basically what that is.
What if your wife was married to a Philip and she just keeps saying exfil and you're like, I don't talk about him.
That's true. That is true.
You gotta be careful.
You do have to be careful.
If there's a Phil in your life.
Well,
That's
I
actually
do
my
have a
middle
Philip.
name.
No, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I do have a Phil in my life.
Yeah. So
He filled the hole. I mean, never mind. He fills a hole in my life.
yeah, in
He's
your
the
life,
neighbor.
in your life. Yeah, I'm the neighbor.
He's the neighbor.
It's out.
We're dangerously close to a line here.
I knew it. I'm done with this podcast. I was waiting.
Yeah.
It's like that love story.
They've been
I've
towing-
waiting to-
They've been towing a line for a long time. They just crossed it.
So the other thing is like you and we've already talked about this, but
Hey,
I just wanted
Pinocchio,
to make it.
Where are you going?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You really need to have a plan, especially if you get into your vehicle. Like a lot of people will just like, we got to go, and they don't have any direction, and they'll drive around,
Drive
waste
through
gas.
a field.
Yeah.
Drive through fences, hit
back of the
cows.
garage. I ain't backing up.
I'm going fast as I can.
I just got to get out.
Yeah.
But yeah, the destination menu, and you should have some of these listed. It's like
Laminated.
relative
Like a
stuff.
Denny's menu.
Exactly.
Has pictures of your destinations.
Yeah.
It's all Arby's.
And you could put in there like time frame and
Yeah.
distance and all that stuff. But a relative's house, a trusted friend's property, pre-booked hotel, motel outside the threat zone.
Arby's.
Yeah. And a public shelter, church, community center. Like
Not
have
the
these
church.
have these destinations marked. And then before you write down the location in ink, run it through harsh light of logistics. Can pets actually stay there? We actually have a little thing on that too.
Okay.
But like your plan has to work for you. It's like, can I actually stay there with my family? Is there pedophiles there? Is there
Is that
food there?
petophiles? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Is there pedophiles there?
Does the property owner know?
So this is a
property owner-
pedophile apartment complex. That's where I'm decided
They're
to
all
go.
one place, so you can't lose track. But it's a little unsafe for kids.
Going to the local prison.
It's a little unsafe.
Yeah.
But and then the other thing is like, do property owners know that you're going to be going to this location?
No.
Like some of those like bug out locations may be crossing over, not necessarily on people's property, but through an area that they might be like a little intense. Like, hey, we're going to be coming through this way. Make sure you know.
Don't shoot me.
And is it viable year round? It's like your nice little mountain bug out location might not be accessible in the winter.
There could be pedophiles in
And
the road
then-
half the year.
And then pet and files.
Pet files.
And then what's plan B,
Yeah.
if these fall through? Just make sure your destination is set and that you can all agree on it and it's a clear destination, because it's easy to just waste time trying to figure out where to go.
That's right.
It's like trying to figure out where to eat when you're on vacation.
No,
it's
thank
the
you.
worst thing.
Yeah. And part of this is fuel planning, Cameron.
Yes, for sure.
Because
that goes along with that well, huh?
that's not a good time to realize you don't have no fuel.
Nope.
And in the golden rule, the golden fuel rule, keep your tank above half. It's such an easy thing.
It is.
Keep it above half. Remember that. and you're probably going to be all right.
You
Because
don't get such a shock when you fill your tank half as well. It's
exactly.
like, oh, gas ain't that bad.
Hey, $5 a gallon.
When you go down to zero and fill it up, you're like, well, take out a loan.
Yeah, exactly. Don't build a plan around stopping for gas, because that's a bad plan. Your plan sucks, dummy. You want to make sure that you've got the fuel. Either you have it stored at the house or at home, or you're just keeping it in your freaking car. And if you have an electric vehicle, you have to think about that. You're going to have to plan around charging availability and all that kind of stuff. Power outages, good luck. I don't know what you do. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's a better situation. Maybe there's a fuel shortage, but there's still power. Yeah. Now you're the king of the road.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. See what the hell you want about my electric vehicle, but it goes down the road. So, anyways,
that's good.
Fuel planning is the thing you got to think about.
Yeah, you absolutely do, especially when you're picking your location. Yeah. The other thing is like the logistics, you know, where owning gear meets reality. There's a massive, you know, hilarious gap between owning cool preparedness gear and actually being able to deploy it under pressure.
Shut up.
I got
You're
all
talking
this
about
stuff.
me.
I got all this stuff. What's that?
You're talking about me.
Yeah. You have to know how to use this stuff.
I know.
And it comes down to being part of your plan.
Sure.
It's like, don't include it if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. And if you have to evacuate in 15 minutes, nobody should be wandering around the house shouting, you know, where do we put the flashlights? Make sure everything is organized. That's where those bug out bags come into play. It's
I just went through this.
It is done.
My wife about cut the tip of her finger off.
Oh, is that what was happening?
Yeah. And like I had every first aid kit.
Oh, I see. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking like you were going through your kits, and that's how she cut her finger.
No, she was just cutting taters.
Open blade.
She's cutting taters, and I couldn't find the stuff I needed. It's and she's bleeding out in the kitchen. Right? She's like, I'm going to the neighbor's house. So he always takes care of me.
Yeah. She has a chest seal and a syringe over the top of that taped on.
I was like, had some rubber bands.
She's good.
Rubber bands and a pad on it. I didn't know what else to do.
Well, she's safe.
She's
finger
good.
is
She
good,
lived.
and there's not blood everywhere.
She lived. I got it done.
Yeah. And the other thing that goes along with gear is having a loading order.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to like roll a barrel of 55 gallons of water into the truck and then not have any of your other stuff or your kids in there.
Right.
So it's like
but the kids in the barrel. It's this barrel's for the kids.
Two's open, two have water in it, one has kids in it.
I just throw them in there at the end, throw them in the back of the truck. That way the pedophiles don't get them. They think it's water.
Where's the kids? Oh, he's got water. Let him go.
That's a kid barrel. They didn't even know.
Quiet in there. But yeah, you need to have an idea of what gets loaded first. Obviously, load the stuff that you know how to use.
Barrel kits.
Don't buy or store the gear that you don't know how to use.
Right, yeah.
And then who grabs what? Like, are the kids going to grab their own bags, or are you going to load it all for them?
They fit
Probably
in the barrel.
Just going to be...
They fit in the barrel.
Hold this bag in there.
Log it up.
Have the inside of the barrel like a submarine. Like you can twist the top off, but don't until I say no pedophile.
I'll poke holes when you get it shut. You'll breathe.
Shoe holes in it.
That's why I got the 22.
A couple air holes. There you go.
You guys still good?
That puncture something?
I'm bleeding.
You guys got your juice packets? I see something pouring out.
Fruit punch. I didn't buy fruit punch.
Who's got tea punch in there? It's coming out. And then make sure the gear is ready to go too.
Right,
we always talk about that. Like the batteries are charged and actually in the devices, and that your bags aren't overpacked, so you're not trying to hurry and rush and put gear in the last minute.
Well, and then when it comes to gear too, it's like be specific about where be where it's located, where it's stored, the critical stuff. You just can't say like it's in the basement, guys.
Yeah.
The basement is a big place. It's a moist basement. Okay.
That's the way you say it's a big place. And it's moist.
And it's moist.
Get out of there. Get in and out.
Be more specific about where this stuff is. And
it's in the wettest corner. No one's going over there.
It's where we keep the family rolls.
That's where you store your stuff in a watertight thing in the drippiest, darkest, wettest corner.
So just have them labeled, have the bins labeled, kid barrel and all that kind of stuff.
Family rolls, kid barrel, water. Don't mix them up.
Neighbor stuff. And so just kind of know where all the gear's at.
Neighbor stuff. Put your wife in that barrel.
She goes in that one. The kids are in the other one.
You want that barrel downstairs? You've been taking it.
I don't know. I think this barrel bug out situation, it isn't a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. I've seen people like they have the food storage week things in a box. Like I think we talked about that. So,
same as kids.
Same thing. Put kids in a barrel, food in a barrel,
fish in a barrel.
Yeah, exactly. Another item that you really need to have planned out and written down is like your family's medications.
Yeah.
If some of you or all of you are on prescription medications, the contingency planner or your planner is a good idea to put in there, because it's like if something happens to you and you're unconscious or something, the kid's got stuff pills in your throat, you want them to do the right ones.
This says dad's on Viagra and Cialis.
Both
at the same
I think he takes them at the same time.
Yeah.
Something's happening with dad.
What's going on with dad? This is why mom's always at the neighbors.
Exactly. Actually, it has a neighbor's name on it.
What?
But yeah, medications, super important. Yeah. Have them written down so that it's understood, like which ones you need. Because, like, again, with every plan, you worry about one person knowing what all that is. Like your wife's the one giving your kids medicine and you don't know the dosages.
Right.
And so that's really important to have listed. The other thing is make sure your kid isn't responsible for life-saving medications.
Yeah, we've seen it before.
Asthma, insulin, all that kind of thing. It's like, make sure you have that, or your wife, or, that it's stored away.
Pasma.
Yeah. EpiPens, things like that are not in the bug out bag of your child.
Right. Yeah.
You need to carry that and have it listed, what their allergies are and stuff like that.
For sure. Yeah.
If someone else, like a pedophile, takes them, then they know how to keep them
safe
them alive.
And
healthy.
They can keep them alive while they need them, I guess.
So, yeah.
I read that as the baseline Heath Ledger, and I'm like, it's Health Ledger.
Yeah. So.
I thought it was Batman, or the Joker.
Heath Ledger, what are we talking about him for? Medicines, that makes sense.
Exactly.
But listen, just a reminder, we're talking about the plan and putting it all together. You can get this yourself by going to Mad Gear and getting both the app, the ReadyPlan app, so that you're guided in making your family's plan. All the stuff that we're talking about, I know there's a lot of details, but just go and get the contingency planner from Mad Gear, and it's all right there, and you just fill in the blanks. They have done all the work for you, literally. And the other thing is you can make a digital copy by using their ReadyPlan app. If you use our code, Casual Preppers, you get a discount on the AI features that help you build the plan. So AI. I already said no. But yeah, the contingency planner that we're talking about, make sure you go check out their website. What is it? ReadyPlanApp.com, and you can get your own plan that, like I said, it's easy just to fill in the blanks. It goes way above and beyond what you've already done. I can guarantee you that.
Check out our video on our socials.
Yeah, exactly.
It should be out by the time this drops.
So, but yeah, Casual Preppers for a discount on all the features of the app, and then just pick up your backup paper copy plan. Man, I can't tell you how important this stuff is. That's why we did a whole episode on it.
Exactly. Another thing I want to talk about is documents. Keep copies of the important information that you might need. We're talking about IDs, insurance cards, medical details, vehicle property info, pet records.
Right.
I always keep my pet records with me. Best album I ever had. Emergency contacts, recent photos, like all that kind of stuff. You probably don't want to keep like all the original documents in like your planner.
Yeah.
But you want to have some of that stuff, but you also want to have it in the cloud as well, just in case. Just things to think about as part of this plan.
Yeah. Like theirs comes in this little zip-up thing.
Yeah. And
you could totally print any of your important documents and just fold them up in the back.
Exactly.
Done.
Easy peasy.
Another thing you don't want to leave out, and I was looking to see if there's a section specifically. not sure for sure, but there's a lot of open pages you can put whatever. Don't leave your pets out of this.
Yeah.
Because trying to bug out and cram an animal into a
Barrel.
Exactly.
We got a pet barrel too.
They might freak out.
Yeah.
So having a plan for your
Dogs
kids.
are okay in the barrel.
Yeah.
Cats don't like it. By the way.
I don't know how I figured this out, but
Yeah.
I did. This is a good plan to pass to your kids. You know, it's like they're probably going to be more concerned about a pet than they are about anybody else in their family.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm leaving my cats behind.
Yeah, that's fine.
But
They can take care of themselves.
But my kids won't.
When you come back, they'll be there.
Yeah.
Or they'll probably find you somehow, like
Might.
Homeward Bound.
Yeah, it's a great prepper movie.
Bug out location bound.
Yeah.
But yeah, so pets can be part and should be part of the plan based on your pet. I don't know if it's a bird, just leave it.
Or if it's a snake, let it go.
Yeah. But having a plan with your kids too to you take care of this pet, make sure you grab some food so you're not trying to scrounge up food or feeding them, human food that you guys need and stuff like that. So daily medications for your old animal, that's probably one I'm going to leave behind. I'll be honest
For
with you.
sure.
And then
Dump
leashes.
out all its meds on the floor and say, have at it.
Leashes, harnesses. Dump your pet meds into your meds so when somebody raids your house,
Yeah.
it's going to be a surprise.
They're going to be like, what?
Yeah. So, but anyways, pets can be part of the plan too, and you can totally put that in there.
There's something you can think about as part of this, building different loadouts for different time frames, like a 10-minute, a 30-minute, and a 2-hour loadout. Because a lot of times it's like, boom, you just need to leave right then. So that could just be bug out bags, go.
Yeah.
Maybe you have 10 minutes, and though that loadout is different. You got people, pets, medications, critical gear. A 30-minute one, man, you can add more stuff in there. If you got 2 hours, you can take your whole damn house if you can fit it. You get every barrel you have and put it in the back of your truck. So just something to consider is having several different loadouts and kind of people understanding what that is depending on the time frame that you have to bug out and to get out of town. So just think about that as 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of loadouts, because sometimes you just don't have the time to really go back and get all this food and all this water. You just gotta scat, get out of here.
Yeah.
Right.
This summer's made me think a lot more about the 10-minute. Because I'm just there's been wildfires everywhere that have threatened pretty much all of Utah burned. We made fun of California. Now we're suffering the consequences.
No, they all moved here.
That's true.
They brought the
fire
fires
with them.
Brought the fires with them.
They don't have anything left to burn there. So
man.
now they're burning our state down.
That's right.
But yeah, I was thinking we live in an area that could definitely be an emergency evacuation. So yeah, I think it's a good idea to have those individual time frames set up. So the next thing, again, I just wanted to mention how all of this seems like you're just putting all your information in a perfect place to be stolen, but you're not. The chance somebody's going to go into your house and find a planner with all this stuff is pretty rare. So they're going to be quick and in and out. So you don't want to store it somewhere that's impossible for your family to get to.
Right.
But you also want to have it somewhere that's a little less accessible to someone breaking into your house or looting it or something bore you get back to it or something like that.
Yeah.
So obviously if you put it in a safe, make it simple to get into for your family. Or don't put it in a safe, put it somewhere that's safe from the elements. They have those little fire sleeves and things like that aren't locked, but could keep it safe. And then what stays out of the binder, treat this planner as an operational roadmap, not a master vault key. Don't write down all of your passwords and everything in there. It's maybe have the cipher or another guide tell you where to pick up some other stuff or get to other things that only your family knows, the code words and stuff. So yeah, it has a lot of that information that could be bad in the wrong hands, but just be safe about it, but also don't make it impossible for your family to find it.
That's a good idea. And then also this plan needs to be family friendly, right? And we've kind of talked about this, but I think it's really important to understand this planner only works if everyone in the house knows it exists and understands it, because you can't make it so convoluted and so hard to understand that just you, the person who's writing it, is the only one that can really decipher everything, right? Everyone should know where it's at. Everyone should know who to contact, where to meet, all that stuff. Kids need to have very simple, age-appropriate jobs. The language needs to be simple and familiar. Don't try and make it sound like you're, Sergeant Serious in the military and using all these like military jargon and stuff. Just make it simple.
Yeah.
They need to be able to look at it at a moment's notice and understand it, because even if you've gone through it before, they're going to forget things, right? And in the heat of the moment, you don't want to have to be deciphering like this language. It needs to be very simple, very easy. Everybody needs to understand it.
Yeah.
So think about that as you're writing it.
Yeah. I think that's perfect pretty much for the final takeaway.
Yeah.
You know, we just wanted you guys to like make sure you make a plan for one. I mean, you have to, you're not going to be able to do this on the fly. There's just no way. During an emergency, whether it's a 10-minute or a 2-hour or a couple of days, you're going to be shifting around and just like freaking out a bit. So that's where, I mean, the Contingency Planner by Mad Gear is as good as it gets. Like it is so well put together. You can add additional sleeves in there and build probably the finest plan on this side of the Mississippi.
Yeah, please go to our link tree, like in any of our socials, and there's a link directly to it through our link.
Yeah.
We would appreciate that. That does help us out.
Yep.
And lets Mad Gear know that we're sending you over there. That really does help. So just go in our link tree, click on that, go get it. It's definitely worth the money, especially for those people who want a plan, want it to be detailed, and don't want to have to try and figure it out on their own.
Yeah, it lays it out so simple. It's like they should have this in the preschool. It's that easy.
Exactly.
So yeah, check it out.
So that is the Contingency Planner. Thank you guys so much for listening. You guys are fantastic. Make sure you're following us on all the socials. Go check out all our sponsors. Right, Cam?
Yep. And we'll bust out a video. I'll have a little video up on this Contingency Planner so you can see it in real life.
Exactly. All right, guys. Thanks. Stay survived.